everyone, it's Brittany. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a full face of one brand. I'm testing out a bunch of e.l.f. products. I recently went to Target and just picked up a ton of things. Some of them are new, some of them I think have been in the e.l.f. line for a really long time. I found some really great products and some that were not so great. And if you're wondering why my lipstick doesn't match my eyeshadow, maybe you're not, I don't know. It's just because that's what I had and it just ended up, this is what happened. So don't mind the colors. I'm mainly just testing out the different makeup in this video. If you're a fan of these one brand makeup tutorials or testing videos, definitely let me know in the comments, or if there are other things that you would like me to test out, let me know. So if you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe and check out some of my other videos. And if you want to see how this testing one brand full face makeup thing went, then just keep watching. First, as usual, I will prime my skin. The e.l.f. primer I'm using is the Blemish Control Face Primer. This is my first time using this. I got it because it has 2% salicylic acid in it, and I have a few little breakouts on my forehead, so I'm just gonna apply it on my forehead. I'm sure that you could use this all over your skin if you wanted to, but I have a second primer that I'm gonna use all over. This actually feels so much more smooth and moisturizing than I was expecting it to, so I really like that. The second primer that I want to use all over my face is a spray primer. This is the Illuminating Primer Mist. I think they have other types of primer mist as well, but I really like the sound of the Illuminating one. Again, first time trying this one, so I hope I like it. There's no shimmer in this at all. I definitely thought there was gonna be shimmer, but that's okay. I think maybe it's just supposed to be more like a dewy setting spray, but this spray actually comes out really chunky, so I might just spray it onto my little beauty sponge and just apply it that way. I might have just gotten a bad one, but who knows? I've heard so many amazing things about their new 16-hour Camo concealer. I picked up two shades because I don't know what shade I'm gonna like. I have medium peach and light peach. I think I'm going to try medium peach first, and I might use the lighter one just to highlight a little bit better in certain areas. I'd say this looks really good, especially for an affordable drugstore concealer. It's definitely comparable to the Tarte Shape Tape, but it is a little bit thicker. Moving on to foundation. I'm using the e.l.f. Flawless Finish foundation, and I have mine in the shade Snow. I think there was one other shade that was lighter than this, and I really hope this works because it's the only one that I got. They didn't have a lot in stock at the moment, so this was like the last one in this shade, so hopefully it works. That foundation is too light for me, but they didn't have any other ones, so not really my fault. And I am gonna bronze it up a little bit. I'm using the e.l.f. Total Face Palette. I don't know if there's a specific name for this, but I'm using the like bronzer shade in here. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that now so that I can hopefully make my skin color look a little bit more like my natural skin color. One thing I'm noticing as I'm adding this like bronzer all over is I can see a little bit of an edge of where my concealer stops. It's kind of like it had removed some of the foundation, and that's just where the actual like concealer stops. It looks like I don't have much foundation like on my cheek area anymore, so that's not really good. Even though I pretty much just put bronzer all over my face, I'm still gonna use this powder because I bought it to try it out. It's the e.l.f. finishing powder in the shade Fair Light. It looks like this, and it also comes with a little sponge on the inside, which I hardly ever use, but it's nice if you put it in your bag. I'm only gonna use this on my T-zone because the rest of my face is pretty well powdered at this point. That is a very, very sheer and fine powder. So this would actually be a really nice powder to add to your bag if you wanted to touch up your makeup throughout the day and take away a little bit of shine. I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my brows, and I'm using the brow pencil from e.l.f. This is in the shade Neutral Brown, and I already looked at it and it looks way darker than I would normally go for. I do, however, like that they have spoolies on the other side. I always find that really convenient. Actually, I think this color's perfect. The only thing I don't really like about brow pencils like this is once the tip has worn down, there's no real way of sharpening it. It's not too bad, but I don't think you'll be able to get that precise of a brow out of it. Not that big of a deal though. One thing I did pick out though, which I'm really excited to try, is a clear brow gel. This is the Sheer Tint brow gel and it's in clear, and the brush on here looks so small. It's tiny. There are other shades, but I typically don't like tinted brow gels, so I just went for the clear one, and I'm just gonna use it to set my brows in place. Okay, I really like this. So the eyeshadow I picked up that I decided to try out is the e.l.f. The New Classics eyeshadow palette. They have, I think, 4 different types of eyeshadow palettes like this. They are really big. They have a bunch of different colors. This one is the one that I think that I would use the most. It has a lot of neutral shades, shades that I tend to be drawn to, but it also has like warm tones, cool tones, and also some like really pretty shimmery shades. I think I'm gonna start out by using the shade Cream, and I'm just gonna apply this all over my entire lid. I'm taking Truffle, which is right next to it, and applying that all throughout my crease. That is blending out so well. And oh my god, that eyebrow gel is like super hard. I really like this. It doesn't feel crunchy though. It's definitely holding my brows in place, so I really like that one. But moving on with the eyeshadow, I think I will take the shade Earth, and I'm going to apply that to the outer corner of my eyes. This is going to be blended into the outer third of my lids. I want it to start to fade inwards because I'm gonna put like a shimmery shade in the middle part of my lids. I am seriously so impressed with how well these eyeshadows are blending out. I'm going to go back into the Truffle shade and apply a little bit to the edges of that darker shadow just to diffuse it a little bit and bring some more of that warmth into the eyeshadow. I'm also going to take the same Truffle shade and put that all along my bottom lash line. I also want to see how the shimmery shades work in this palette, so I'm going to use the shade called Rose Gold, and this is going to go all over the inner and like middle part of my lids. I want to use the matte black in here. It's called Noir, and I'm going to apply that to the outer part of my upper lash line just to define it a little bit more and smoke it out, making sure that part of my lashes look really thick. And I will be using false lashes later, but I just want to add a little bit more smokiness to it. And finally, to finish the eyes, I'm using the shade called Blanc, and this is going to be an inner corner highlight. I of course had to try out a mascara, so this is the e.l.f. Volume Plumping Black Mascara, and I'm going to apply a few coats of this. I just really want to see how it works, and then like I said, I will be using some false lashes afterwards, but I would like to see how the mascara works on its own. I liked that mascara. It didn't clump my lashes. It did a really good job of actually keeping them separated, but it definitely added a decent amount of volume. So I did want to try out some of their lashes. I don't remember if I've ever tried e.l.f. lashes before, but I like the style of these ones. They are called Luxe Lash in Starstruck. I looked all around and I couldn't see any e.l.f. lash glue, so I'm not even sure if they make any. So I'm just gonna use some of my own and just go ahead and apply these like I normally would. And this is the lashes on. I really like them. They kind of remind me of a very natural looking faux mink lash. So I really like that. If you guys like very simple, natural looking lashes, check those ones out. All right, for the rest of my face, I'm gonna apply a little bit more of that bronzer shade from the Total Face palette, just to try to warm up my skin a little bit more and add a little bit of definition so I have some shape in my face again. And for blush, I'm mixing the 2 blush shades in that same palette and applying them to my cheeks and blending it outwards. And finally, I'm using the highlight shade in this palette, which is very, very subtle. I do wish that this highlight was a little bit more on the warmer side. It comes off like super cool tone, which is interesting considering the other shades in here are definitely more on the warm side, but as a simple, subtle, everyday highlight, it's really not that bad. Now, the lipstick color that I got, I'm realizing now is not gonna go with the eyeshadow look that I did whatsoever, but I'm gonna go ahead and use it anyway since this is a testing video. I did get the liquid matte lipstick, and this one is in the shade, I have no idea. Oh, Tea Rose. But I did really like this shade. I got it because I would probably more likely wear this than any other colors that I saw. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use it and just be aware that it's not gonna match with the eyeshadow. That formula is so nice. It's not cracking, it doesn't feel dry. It is actually one of the more moisturizing matte lipsticks that I've used. Hopefully all the other shades in this lipstick is actually the same in consistency and like how it dries down, because I really like this. Like I would wear this all the time. Alright, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one brand testing makeup tutorial. If you guys like that type of video, definitely let me know if there's other brands that you would like to see a full face or testing video. I will definitely do one. And of course, if you are new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that by clicking the red subscribe button below this video. And I hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!